I was previously age of 17 I got this Gnan. Then inside I don't know why I have suffering, but I was not feeling well. Then after Gnan Vidhi, I got inner happiness, and then my finished my education, 4 years, 5 years education, then my job, my business, and have so many problems in business also, sometimes in job also. Still I feel inner happiness all the time. No worries, no stress at all. Somebody insult me, before that I get depressed, I get very uncomfort. And after Gnan, somebody may disturb me, somebody may insult me, still I feel remain inner happiness only. So my own experience, see, worldly things doesn't touch me at all. So many things, my father died in front of me, my mother died in front of me. At very same stage what I am talking with you now, same stage was at that time. My father was died and I was remain in the stage of pure soul and no disturbance at all. Inner happiness remain as it is. And still outer whatever thing I have to do, I finish that work. So like that my own experience, and so many people experience same things. After Gnan ceremony, they feel previously they are having some problems or sufferings. After Gnan Vidhi, completely dissolves everything and awareness starts, and goal of what is real goal of our life, we can know what is my goal of life and how to achieve that goal. Our journey will start. So this is not religion at all, this is spiritual knowledge, and this is a path for ultimate salvation. And we don't want anything from you. Our intention, whatever we feel happiness, you also get right understanding and get inner happiness. And you progress in your spiritual path. That is all our intents. I don't want anything, money or anything from your side.
The Gnani is coming to the United States. I mean, we just to put that in there. I think one of the most amazing things is that the Gnani is going to be here. He's going to be close. You know, people could get to him and be in this energy. What is that like? How life-changing is it to just be in the presence of someone who has absolute self-realization? Who hasn't it been what we have all wanted all of our lives, to be free? To be free of that internal suffering that we speak of. And we get to have it. I can't think of anything I would rather share for the rest of this life than the possibility for someone else to have this. I'm happy to take care of my family and take care of everything, but if I could, I would spend every single moment, every breath, trying to have people see what has become in this heart, which is, like everyone here has said, we get to be free from the slaps in the faces and the insults and all the things that have to come to us because it's in our karmic account. And the coolest thing to me of all of it, I get to clear all the karma so I can be done having to suffer over and over and over again, life after life.
Reasoning to urge people to come to the webinars is that we don't recognize how much we are held captive by our own weaknesses, and how we are kind of prisoners to our own ego. And really, it's very easy to become free from this bondage with the knowledge of Dadashri. And the best thing there is, there's no ties, there's no commitment. You're free to come and go as you please. I think that every human being I know that doesn't have this knowledge is suffering in one way or form, whether you're a pauper or a millionaire. There is the suffering because of the presence of the ego. And when we can recognize this, once you see it, you can be free from it. And it's very easy. It's incredible to think that it is that easy. And the only way you're going to experience that is to actually become familiar with what this knowledge is all about and just give it a try. You're not going to lose anything. If anything, you have everything to gain. And really, it's something you do for yourself. If you like the way things are, if you like status quo, you don't need to change anything. But if you feel like you need some inner peace, you don't want conflicts, you don't want to feel miserable if somebody says something to you that lingers on, you feel hurt, then you will become free once you understand this knowledge. And it's very simple, it's very profound, it's really incredibly beautiful, and it's really hard to accept from where you are standing right now that it is actually true and it can happen. So do yourself a big favor and just do it.
In the beginning, when I came into the others fold, I was a seeker as well as a skeptic. So I went to several other places in India in seeking in s- in trying to seek what I really wanted in life. And I had one sharp question to everybody that I met, that I have a lot of anger within me, and what can I do to get rid of this anger? Normally, when a situation comes up, we become angry, and then we realize after 5 minutes it was not the right thing to do. But the bullet has already left the gun by then, and the injury is already caused. So it is too late to really figure out that it was a wrong thing. And that is what exactly I wanted. And Sirish Bhai was the one who introduced me to Dada. And I had one question for him when I first met him, that do you have something that will help me in this regard? And he said, yes, you take Gnan and it will all clear up. So I was very skeptical. I said, I understand, but I have been going around the world for many years. I felt like if cannot, I have not been able to find a solution, and this gentleman is telling me it will happen in 2 hours. Let me go try it out first. And so I went to New Jersey. The Gnan Vidhi was there. I didn't understand any part of it when I first took it, but the results were amazing. The results were such that I felt like there was a lot of inner peace that developed in me right away. But I was my own judge, and I was my own. Uh, I had my own understanding. So when my kids told me that Dad, something has changed, you are not as angry as before. My staff at my office told me that, sir, you are different. It is so easy to approach you and so easy to talk to you now. We love working with you. And that really triggered something in me that, look, I can always misjudge myself when other people outside me are telling me that there's such a change has happened. It really got to my attention, and so I decided to dive further in it. What I soon realized is that this inner peace that I got after the Gnan Vidhi, and I really didn't understand what was happening, but there was this inner lasting peace that never left me. And so I always felt that no matter who the opposite person is, whoever I meet in this life, I want them to have the same kind of peace that I had from here on. So whoever I met, I just talked about my experience and told them, look, you give yourself 2 hours, you come in with 2 hours or 3 hours of your time, and then you stay in it for 3 months. If you don't get any benefit, you can leave. But I have not seen a single person leave after 3 months being in this fold, because this is something amazing. This is something everlasting. This is something that is addicting. So if you're worried about wanting to go away, please don't come, because this will not leave you, because this inner peace is so addicting. It is something that you will not be able to explain, but you just have to come here and experience it. The other thing that touched me was that there was no money involved. There's no money transaction anywhere in this organization. So everything that is out there is free for you to take. And it is online. The books are available, the lectures are available, the videos are available, and it is so easily accessible to you that you can have it with you on your fingertips anywhere you travel in the world. So these are my experiences now after so many years of being in this fold. I can tell you for sure that My external circumstances might change, and in all of our lives, ups and downs comes. But your inner peace is always intact. It has never left me ever since I first took Dhanvidi, and that is so powerful. That is so exciting. Now, if you look around, there is so much suffering in the world. What we suffer in day-to-day life is nothing compared to what people suffer in these war-torn zones of the world. But even in those situations, with this Gnan, you can have inner peace that will that is everlasting, will never leave you. So I urge everybody that listens to this webcast or this video anywhere in the world, please take this seriously and please go wherever you can go, take this Gnan Vidhi and try it out for 3 months. If you don't like it, if you don't reward it, you can leave it. There's no binding here. You can come and leave anytime you want, but I guarantee you that once you come in, you will never leave.
What can be done by a single intention?
What cannot be done by keeping a single intention for infinite lives?
મનમાં ભાવના એક રહી છે કે મોક્ષે જતા પહેલા લોકો કલ્યાણને માર્ગે કેમ વળે? સંસારમાં પણ કલ્યાણના માર્ગે અને મોક્ષમાં જવાનું ઈચ્છાવાળને તે માર્ગે, આ બંને માર્ગો પ્રાપ્ત થાય તો સારું એવી ભાવના કરી અને એ ભાવનાથી આ બધે ફરું છું. જગત આખું પરમ શાંતિને પામો અને કેટલાક મોક્ષને પામો.
Until he left his body, he had only this intention, that of, how can everyone attain this?
I kind of grew up in the Western world. I came to England when I was about 11, and from there we moved to the US. So my exposure and learning and knowledge about India and, spiritualism was very negligible. Kind of just grew up and got married and things were going good. We were in Kansas by this time. And I just began to start to feel like there has to be something more to life than this. What next? What is the purpose? I started getting this feeling that what happens, after we die? What happens? What is the reason why we're even existing? And so I think my journey started there because I felt like there had to be a higher purpose for our existence, but I really didn't have any idea where to search. How can a person seek to be free when they don't even realize they're in bondage? If this is life, I don't know that there's a higher purpose to it. How am I going to seek liberation from a cage when I don't even realize I'm in a cage? So rather than accept this life, so to me that really struck a chord in me that a very profound way, and I thought, wow. And then Niruma came and we'd spend hours talking about everything under the sun. But there was something about being in her presence that just really grabbed me. But I wasn't even aware of what was happening to me. But you felt tremendously secure with her presence. There was something about her. And everything she said, every time she interacted with you, I felt a sense of just a giving from her. There was no feeling of being judged. It was just nothing. I didn't even understand it that was love that I was feeling. But everything she said, I felt like it was just like a big heart that was just giving without any kind of, preconceived ideas or expectations, And then she would come once a year in the beginning. And then Deepak Bhai used to come with her, and it was really some great moments with her. Now, when I look back, I thought, wow. Yeah, and the biggest thing for me was that the sense of seeing my inner stillness and my peace when I interact with other people that you're close to. We had patients that I just didn't like dealing with. And then if I remember to say the prayers, see their pure soul, it was amazing how easy the appointment went. And I thought, this is really something. And if ever I thought that anybody can have an ultimate in this life, it is this knowledge. I don't have words to describe how we can make it up to Dada, except that we can become instrumental in helping him reach to people that are suffering. It's really hard to, when you hear talks like this, if you haven't gone through the process, it's very hard to believe in it. And I know I've been there, and I hear people talk about it, and I think, well, I'm always, again, like Rajesh Bhai, very skeptical. But I think that, there's no money involved, that you just come of your own volition, wanting to get something higher in life, something meaningful that will give you a sense of peace within without making a lot of effort. And we just pray that every suffering being on this world will attain peace. That's the love that I know all Mahatmas have in this world.
So you should realize this body. I am not this body, but I am the other thing which is there. I am owner of this body. You say my body, you don't say that I am body. So I and mind, these are two separate units. I is your true self. That is your pure soul. And my is your relative self, which is temporary, changing. You understand?
Yes.
So you have to realize, who am I? My true self. What is that?
Yeah.
So before coming to Dada, I was associated with the spirituality. Very much I was aware that I'm a soul. This body is different. Little bit of science of karma, all those things were known to me. And there's one belief I had was that if I have money, I'll be happy. So when I moved from India to USA, I was a pharmacist making good money. So I thought now happiness should come. But in fact, it never happened. My relation with my wife, relation with my kids, my colleague were not good. Every day I was doing 3 hours of prayer in the morning, like morning 3 to 6 o'clock. I get up at 3 o'clock in the morning and do my mantra jap for 6 o'clock, and then was living very simple life like a sage, very simple eating. Do not go out and eat in the restaurant, all those things. But I knew one thing, all spiritual books says one thing, that if you are spiritually growing, then the world should not affect you. And I was literally struggling there with my family, with my colleague, with my kids, etc. And apart from the moksha or salvation, the most important part everyone is striving for is the balance in their life. And after that, I got the Gnan because I was looking for that. I read a couple of books on Dada, and then I got a Gnan. And Dada said one very important thing, that you are father, but you have not received any degree to become father. So you are not a qualified father. You are not a qualified husband. And what are the qualities of qualified father and qualified husband? You also explain those things. So that thing touched me so well that after starting my journey, the first thing I did was I bowed down to all my both kids and my wife, because they were my dependent and I should have taken care of them rather than getting angry or misbehaving with them. So that was a turning point for me. This was in 2006 or 7. And with that, first thing happened was that the dynamics within the family started changing because I changed. And this Gnan does first thing is you start looking for your own mistakes. So I started correcting those things. Forget about the spirituality or moksha or anything else. But this is the first thing that has happened in my life. I was very much settled in my life because very calm, cool, nice relationship with my kids. Like since 2006 onwards, I never had to raise my voice with my kids. I'm still managing with my wife. There are a lot of things that I need to learn because I'm not a qualified husband. But that thing has helped me to even improve my relationship with my wife. So I was very happy, and that's where I started thinking that this knowledge should go to a lot of other people. I feel that everyone should get this Gnan. Whatever religion you follow, we are not asking them to give up your religion, give up your God. Just understand this. Come here to take Gnan for 2 hours and then start understanding this science. Because when you go to learn yoga, you don't ask for religion. When you go to learn computer, you don't ask which religion you belong to, because it's a pure science. Similarly, this is just a pure science. So just come and get the Gnan. That's my request to all. And I wish everyone will get the same happiness or even more than what I got in my life. Jai Sachidan.
When we started with such a small group, and we had our inspiration from Dada Bhagwan directly. And his presence, his talks, his mannerism, and his presence inspired us. And then the same kind of inspiration continued with Niruma and now with Deepak Bhai. So for me, it was natural that without thought, it just came that, oh, it's so great. This knowledge is so great. This world should get it, So without any thinking, it was just organic that I started working with Dada and Niruma and Deepak Bhai to let the world know about it in my own way, whichever way it was, without any organization. It was just organically this spirit of spread organically. And I think every person I have met in these so many years has been inspired and their life has changed, And I still keep on feeling amazed at how powerful this knowledge is, and how effective this knowledge is. And just 2 hours makes changes that has not happened in thousands of our lifetime. And the other Bhagavan also keeps on saying, what I'm giving you is so valuable that what has not happened in thousands of life is happening within 2 hours. That was his power. I mean, can you believe a man who can do for you something that you cannot do in thousands of life? Can you believe it? It's unbelievable. And the other thing is always said is, even if you give billions and trillions of dollars, you cannot get what you're getting. Because what's the most valuable thing in life? Happiness. And happiness that never leaves you is the most valuable thing. And so when all of us get this, all the Mahatmas who have got this knowledge, they have a natural inclination to want to share with everybody. And they do their own ways to do it. But one of the simplest way to do it is to pray that, whatever I have received, may the world receive it. And play our little role in letting the world know about it. So, to me, whatever all Mahatmas, when you get this message, you can pass it on to your family members and your friends, just with a little prayer that this is something that I have benefited from, and try this out. Come to these webinars that are being shown and learn something. It's free. It's just try it, see it.
Ultimate goal of this human life is to achieve salvation. And to get salvation, we have to realize who am I. Very important goal of this life, we have to realize who am I. And for realization of who am I, we must get enlightened person. We have to remain in search of person who has realized his own soul, and if we get that person, then definitely we will get our own self-realization, and this will tends to ultimate salvation.
He had this intention for many lifetimes. May the world attain salvation. All the living beings of the world, they are the self. Why should they suffer so much pain? It is only due to a lack of understanding. Nothing but infinite types of misunderstandings are causing people to suffer. So how can the misunderstandings leave? To begin with, he first dissolved his own lack of understanding.